Content warning. On this podcast, we discuss sensitive issues, including, but not limited to, swearing, tasteless jokes, situations of a sexual nature, and drug use. This podcast is not intended for children. Welcome to Bibliowrecks, where we read the... Damn it! I was thinking about the we read, and I was like, did I do it right?
You did do it right that time. I think I should bring in. Hello, and welcome to Bibliowrecks, the podcast where we read the worst stories the world has to offer, and then we tell you all about it. I'm Bugs.
And I'm Bam Bam.
And today I am bringing you a bad book.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Cats. More cats. We like doing cat episodes.
I was thinking about that, and I was like, oh God, this is our third cat book.
That's going to be our niche. We're going to do strictly cat-related literary.
And that could be its own niche.
I guess it could.
This author could be her own niche. We have Coon, a Maine Coon.
Now, a Maine Coon, that's just a real big fluffy cat.
Yes.
Real long?
Giant, 20-pound cat.
Mm-hmm. Just real friendly, fluffy boy.
Yes. Yes. The author is Marie J.S. Phillips. She was born in 1957. Every author bio says at the very start, born in 1957.
Was there anything particular that happened that year that was important?
To her, it was because she was born.
Oh, okay. I guess
And
that's important. My birthday is important to me, I guess.
I think the only reason it's important to us is she is solid boomer.
Oh, boy.
And it comes across to me as solid boomer, even though this was written when she would have been younger boomer, not the old boomers they are now, but still from that generation. I hope we don't get a lot of hate mail about this book.
Why do you think we would?
This is a bad vibes. I hate this book, and I hate this author.
We're walking into my domain here.
Yes. And I have a few, I guess, legitimate criticisms, but it's mostly, I just hate this.
Yeah.
And I don't like the way she treats her cats. I don't like the way she is. I don't like the way she talks about her cats. And I'm going to be pissy and bitchy and just fussy because, damn it, I've earned it. I have given you critical analysis of Orson Scott Card and superhero allegories. This is me being prissy and bitchy, okay?
Can't wait. Love it. Love the energy we're starting with.
This book is labeled as semi-biographical and fictional. It is written from Khan's point of view.
Right.
The book is written from the cat's perspective.
I mean, I guess technically a cat could write its own biography in much the same sense as monkeys could write Shakespeare.
So this author has this cat, and she imagines his backstory, and that's how we start out the story. But these cats talk to each other like they're adult humans. Oh. So if you had an evil wizard that turned humans into cats, that's how they would speak to each other.
Huh.
It's anthropomorphized to an extreme degree. Like, these cats have normal human conversations with each other. They also understand human language and understand human concepts such as cancer and AIDS.
So we're kind of going into that Disney kind of realm where animals understand a lot of more complicated subjects and stuff, but whenever the people are around, they're just a dumb animal again.
No, they currently always know what's going on, and they try to interact with their human, and they try to tell the human, but their human doesn't know cat speak. And this author uses this to reassure herself the cat is saying, "I'm fine, mommy." I love you so much, Mommy. I'm not upset at you for doing that to me, Mommy.
I mean, I guess I get that to a degree. Like, people tend to personify their pets anyway. I've always thought it was a little weird, but...
This would be a fantastic children's book. This should be a 30-page illustrated children's book of, Coon the kitty was a very big, brave kitty who battled cancer and then died.
Yeah.
And that would be fine. I would read that to my kids. I have read books like that to my kids. She wrote this as an adult for other adults, and it's 240 pages long.
Oh. Huh.
She illustrated it.
Oh. Oh, boy.
It has pictures of her actual cats, and this is based on her actual cats and the things they've gone through day to day.
Is she like a good artist? Oh, no. This is one of those situations she should have hired an illustrator.
She thinks she's a good artist.
Oh, gosh.
She's not. And that's one of my things of I'm just mean. I feel kind of bad. Hold on, let me find.
I mean,
Pass
media
this over
is put out.
I will take a few pictures of me holding the book. She does pencil drawings, and she doesn't know how muscles on cats work.
Why is that cat so fucking big? Maine Coons aren't that big, are they?
That's a Maine Coon that's almost full grown compared to a kitten.
Oh, okay, that's a kitten. Okay.
But look at the muscles on the cats. Like, they have huge... They look like panthers. Like, they have huge muscles that are weirdly shaped.
That's weird.
But she illustrates all of her own books because she thinks of herself as an artist.
Yeah. You know what I bet it is? I bet she couldn't get her cats to stand still.
No, there's pictures. It's full of pictures as well.
Oh.
She took loads of pictures of her cats. Almost every chapter has pictures of her cats. Just some of these, she also does pencil drawings and thinks, this is so good, I have to share this too.
Huh.
And there's a couple that are like, fine. They look like they're done by a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And she's like, nope, I, adult woman, want to share my 10-year-old looking pencil drawings and share this with the world.
Huh. I mean, it's better than anything I could draw, personally, but...
You're also not trying to sell a book for like $25 on Amazon.
Also true. $25?
If you get this in hardcover, it's $25, and the Kindle is like $5.
Yeah.
Way too expensive.
Yeah. Yeesh.
Chapter 1, we start out with Tiger. He is a little kitten who's a Maine Coon.
Is this like first person? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
First person... And we know what the cat is thinking and saying. And it's from Tiger's perspective. So there's things he doesn't understand, but he understands what the humans are saying. And later we have a character named Black who is our exposition. And that cat understands all of the human world and explains those things to Tiger. Because... a cat who is mostly indoors all of its life won't understand what goes on in other people's homes or out in the world.
Like wouldn't know what a car is or something if he's never...
Except for the couple rides to and from the vet. So Black is the one who comes in and gives them lore and background about the human world that Tiger needs to know for some reason. He has cowhawks, which I didn't know what that meant on a cat. Their legs are turned inward, so their feet are turned outward.
Oh, okay. Lily's horse has that. She's cowhawked. And it makes her hooves grow weird, but yeah.
For a cat, it's not a huge deal. It can cause hip and back problems when they're older. They're more likely to get arthritis, I think. But it's not a big deal. The problem is, he's a kitten among a little litter of cats, and nobody wants him because he looks different. And the owners bred these 2 Maine Coon cats because they wanted them to get the chance to be parents. But in order to have them papered, they would have had to buy breed quality cats, not pet quality cats. Like, there's a difference when you're buying a pet versus buying a breeding animal. So you can't get the papers for them if you agree, I'm going to get this fixed and not breed it to sell the kittens. So she bred the cats, which she wasn't supposed to do, but she doesn't have the papers to prove they're pure blood, so nobody wants to pay her for them. So she can't get rid of this, she can't even give away this kitten because it's cowhawked, and it's not papered as a purebred Maine Coon.
Right.
Why we need to know all this? I don't know, because these people drop Tiger off at the pound and walk away.
Yeah, so it could have just been like any fucking sad backstory, but it has to be involved. Like, I'm sure that's like actually the backstory for the literal real life cat.
Oh, but the author never experienced this part of the cat's life. The author got the kitten when he was 3 months old. This is the backstory she wrote for the cat and why he ended up at it's not a no-kill shelter. So they kill their animals after 5 days if no one's adopted them.
So she just made up whole cloth a backstory for him, and it was just needlessly detailed.
Tiger wakes up one morning to his mother wailing, "No!" because she can understand human speech. Her human mama has said that Tiger has to go to the shelter because no one wants him. And her mom, the cat mother, was fine with the babies being taken by other humans as pets.
But she understands that the shelter is a bad place for the kitten to go.
And she is wailing and upset that her last kitten is going to a shelter. "No!" Duchess wailed. "I don't care about stupid papers. If he is my last baby, don't take him away." "Duchess, behave now," the woman scolded. "We can't keep him any longer. He is so big. He already looks almost grown." So the cats are talking to the humans, and the humans are replying, but the humans don't understand the cats, but the cats understand the humans. And that is a struggle.
It's like a weird one-sided conversation, but one party just kind of infers what the other one says.
Yeah, and it's written by a human about cats.
That's so confusing. Like, in like a movie or something, it's a little bit more simple. You don't have to, but God, on paper, that sounds miserable to read.
A book that's this long and not intended for children. If this was a child's book, that would make sense. Tiger is driven to a shelter that's not no-kill. The worker is very rude to them about dropping off this kitten. She's like, "Why can't they keep one more kitten? What's the big deal?" And she takes this kitten and puts it in a cage. Like,
irresponsibly
breeding
her a bunch of kittens and then blames it on the shelter why they can't just keep cats.
Well, and the shelter worker is pissed off at this woman for bringing a cat in.
Yeah, okay.
Tiger is scared, doesn't know what's going on, and Black is the tomcat next door who does all the exposition for us. He explains how the shelter is not a no-kill shelter, and that after 5 days, the animals there go to the big sleep. And the big sleep is death.
Death, yeah.
After you get put down or you get sick or whatever. It's death for animals and apparently people, after which, this is very important, very important, very important.
I'm getting the sense that this is very important.
You never see, hear, scent, or touch anything again. The big sleep means nothingness, emptiness. You will never, ever see, hear, scent, or touch anything again. This is repeated multiple times in the book. This is serious business. Because we need to find out that is not actually true.
What? Oh, so it's emphasizing it so that it could
be wrong.
So that it could subvert that expectation.
Apparently. Black explains that kittens usually get adopted, but old cats like him don't. There's this old cat named Cappy, who has been there, and then like after 5 days, she gets put down, and that's like, oh, where did she go? And it's like, it's just to build up this image of this shelter's horrible, and this is what happens, and Tiger needs to understand death.
You're gonna die, kid.
You're gonna die, kid. That's what they're basically saying. So Cappy goes away and gets put down. A new kitten gets put in that cage. He's called Puff, and he's a Persian. Now, the cats in this book who are pedigreed say their pedigree with their name. I am Puff the Persian. I am Tiger, a Maine Coon cat. There is a lot of elitism about breeds.
Oh, I'm sure.
In this book. They make a point of telling you if the cat is a special breed.
Yeah, that kind of tracks with cat breeders, especially, or people that are super into breeding any animals. Because when I was younger, we did a lot of pedigreed hounds, and that was the only way you could really get them sold was if they had papers.
Right.
And yeah, people are super about their pedigrees when they're in that culture.
It's so weird. Regular cats only have their names, but if they have a pedigree, it's name then the breed.
It's like a title. You're like a sir.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just
Very
a peasant
much.
cat.
Yes. Black's 5th day passes. He gets taken to the back, and Tiger hears yowls and screams, and then silence. So Tiger's very sad.
How are they putting these cats down? They're beating them with a shovel? What's happening?
Black fights because he knows he's getting taken to his death.
Okay.
Black knows future events and has a concept.
Yeah, has forethought.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
So he fights and is like trying to get away from the workers.
I guess it's just a
and they're
lethal
just carrying
injection.
it in there, he cries because his friend went to the big sleep, and then Tiger wakes up on his 5th day, and he remembers Black's suggestion to sit proudly right at the door. Like, he is logically doing things to try to get himself picked by, like, sitting up at the front of the cage and, like, looking at people, but he doesn't get adopted. End of the day comes, and the worker comes to get him, and she's like, "Oh, I hate this job, you poor kitten." And then someone comes running in. Wait! "Oh, it's a Maine Coon kitten. I'll take it."
Thank God.
He got rescued out of all the dozens of cats because he was a Maine Coon kitten.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I guess pedigrees get you somewhere in life.
So he goes home to his new mama and poppy. In this book, the owners are called mamas and poppies. And the cats call them mama and poppy.
That's weird.
And then they also, like, call their own mommy cats, like cat mommy? Like, it's secondary. Their birth mother is secondary to their human mother.
That's weird.
It's really, really weird. And it starts to paint the picture of the narcissism this author has about how her cats think about her.
Yeah, like the human in this cat's life is the most important aspect to them. Sad.
Yeah. Tiger goes to his new home, and he gets renamed Khan. He's the main character, Khan.
Oh, like Shere Khan?
Shere Khan. He actually gets named after Shere Khan.
Okay. That tracks. I was wondering why he got the name Khan. I was like, is a Maine Coon like a Mongolian breed, and I just didn't know about it?
Tiger is in his new house, and there's a female older cat there named Mandy. And Mandy is extremely offended that a new cat is brought into the house. "No," she hissed. "Not another one. I will not tolerate this. You'll never replace him. Never!" And Tiger replies, "I am Tiger." And he, like, hisses at her and, like, fights back. And she says, "You'll never replace Demon. Never."
Oh, okay. So there's another cat that
It was another cat that died that he has replaced.
Okay.
And
I don't know. That sounds kind of charming, honestly, because that sounds exactly like something an animal would do.
the idea is that Mandy was attached to Demon and has hated every other cat that comes into the house.
Yeah.
And Mama and Poppy are amazed that Tiger stood up to Mandy as a kitten. So they decide to name him Khan, like Shere Khan from the Jungle Book. He gets used to the house, but Mama and Poppy give him a bath, and he hates it. He's a cat.
A cat hates
But he also
baths.
just came from a shelter, so makes sense he'd be stinky and gross, and they would want to bathe him.
I mean, that's sensible.
They go to wash him and drop him in the tub, and he's drowning.
God.
And he's a very wet, fluffy cat.
Yeah.
So they grab him and pull him out, and he, like, is freaked out.
Yeah. Why would they just drop him in the water?
Because he was fighting and scratched him, and they were like, "Ow!" and they accidentally dropped him in the tub. They're like
suck,
in a
drown and die.
deep bathtub, and they accidentally drop him. Which I've had to wash a cat. It is not pleasant for anyone. But I have to read this part. "I'm so sorry," Poppy said, stroking Khan's wet head. Khan shivered, and as his dread ebbed, he realized Poppy and Mama did not mean to dunk him.
Yes, animals will absolutely reason in that fact. Yeah, okay. I see why this really pisses you off.
He knew Mama and Poppy never meant to hurt him. Mm-hmm. He put it out of his mind and fell asleep, feeling loved and warm. The author puts into this cat, he knows I would never hurt him. Mm-hmm. He knows I only want the best for him. He knows I love him. Not that, this cat was traumatized and hates the bath and was not happy. Mm-hmm. That can't be left to be that thing that happened.
Mm-hmm. And then was just traumatized so badly that he finally just calmed down.
Right. Or finally ate some food. And cats' memory, I read only a little about it. They don't seem to have very, very long-term memory. Mm-hmm. Not like a goldfish or anything. But cats live in the moment. Mm-hmm. Will remember, that thing hurt and avoid things in the future. And he'd be like, bathwater, run. Mm-hmm. But they don't seem to be this like long-term thinking animal. Khan talks to his mama even though he knows she doesn't understand cat speak. And that happens through the whole frickin' book. Mm. I only have a couple examples of where, like, he talks to her and she's like, I don't know what you want. And he's like, but I want blah, 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 blah.
That's so annoying. Just having half a conversation the entire book. Mm-hmm. That sounds fucking dreadful.
Mandy ignores Khan, so Khan is lonely and he wants another cat to play with.
Are they going to get another cat for him?
By the end of this book, we have like 6 cats or something.
God.
Because she believes that cats get lonely and want more cats.
Oh, God. That's okay.
Do cats like to be housed with other cats in a small space?
I don't think. Well,
I mean, I know they tolerate it.
I know a lot of old women tend to keep lots of cats. Mm-hmm. And that's where they all get fed, so they keep coming back.
So a new kitten gets introduced to the family. Mandy screams, "Not another one!" and runs away. She hates all the other cats.
Yeah,
like, they keep doing this to Mandy. Right. They know she hates.
Yeah, that's just, she's just doing a bit. That's her bit. Like, apparently. They bring in a new cat, and she's just like, I hate it, and then runs away.
Yep. The new kitten is called Phantom, and Khan loves him and wants to play with him. Mm-hmm. Phantom is scared, but eventually enjoys playing with Khan. Phantom has always known Mama, implying that he's reincarnated.
What? What?
Which I only know because I actually finished the book. That's what they're foreshadowing.
So is Phantom the reincarnation of the other dead cat?
Demon.
Yeah.
It's later in the book. They do figure out who he is reincarnated from.
How would you figure that out?
It's really, 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 really bizarre.
Okay.
Like, it's lame.
Right, I can't wait.
It is so lame. So the cats are both kittens. Uh-huh. Like, Khan is a kitten, Phantom is a kitten.
Yeah, but Khan's like just a giant cat.
Yes.
A giant kitten.
Phantom, I think, is also a Maine Coon.
Okay.
Or he's just a giant cat, because Khan gets to like 17 pounds and Phantom gets to 20.
That's a big fuck cat.
They're both freaking huge cats.
Why would you want a 15-pound cat in your house?
That's like a monster.
Shit over. Yeah.
I know.
It's like a toddler that never grows up.
And this book deals with death and cancer and all these things. But you know what's icky? Tomcats who start feeling things.
I thought we were doing an ad pivot.
That would have been a great. Phantom and Khan start to feel things. One time, Khan grabbed Phantom's nape in his jaws, straddling him, confused by his actions, yet driven to it by some instinct.
That's prison gay cats?
Like, they're mounting each other because they're now old enough they need to get neutered. But because it's icky to talk about cats breeding...
So the cats are just confused.
The cats are like, I don't know why. I don't like it when you do it to me, but I need to do it to you.
These confused gay cats. I love it. I love confused
They're not
gay
trying
cats.
to melt Mandy. They're trying to melt each other. And so then...
Mandy, asexual icon.
Now, Mama just takes them to the vet and is like, "Be good boys, you must be neutered." "What is that?" Phantom yowled. Like, they hear her saying, "You're going to get neutered," and they're like, "What is that? Oh my god." Because they don't know what all this stuff is.
Hey, you know what won't leave you at the vet and let you get neutered?
Oh, good. We don't have a Chewy sponsor.
These ads, probably. We don't guarantee that. Hey, Biblio fans, friends, and fiends. Just taking a moment to tell you how to find our growing community. We're on Facebook and Instagram, where we try to post as often as we can. We have a subreddit that will start as soon as we get over our crippling fear of it. And, of course, our YouTube. Look us up at Bibliowrecks, spelled Bibliowrecks. We would love to hear suggestions and chat about bad books there, as well as over email. Our email is bibliowrecks@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Now let's get back to that bad book. And we're back for gay cats. I'm always here for gay cats.
It would be nice if we had more of that in this book, maybe.
Listeners, down in the comments or wherever you're listening, tell me what you think about gay cats.
It would be fun if we did just a cat book themed podcast. That would be so fun. All right. Con and Phantom are at the vet to get fixed, but Con only knows of like cages and disinfectant as
a bad thing
because of being at the shelter, and he thinks they're there for the big sleep.
Oh God, he's gonna have a fucking episode when they put him to sleep.
His new mama did this to him? Why? He knew he and Phantom behaved badly many times, but they never meant harm. And then later on they wake up and he realizes that a vet trip does not always mean the big sleep.
Yeah, oh my God, I wish animals understood that.
These cats have so much more human logic than the actual animals we interact with have. And that part is like, this cat doesn't fucking know what the vet means.
Yeah, there are animals that just going to the vet, they're scared. Doesn't matter how good of an experience they have.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's weird.
And it's different.
And it's a stranger touching them. And sometimes animals just don't fucking like that.
He remembers Black and misses him. And these cats call months moon cycles and years sun cycles.
Why do we have to have language like, this isn't like an alien species or something like that. They understand human speech. They can just use months.
And you'd think Mama and Poppy would say, oh, it is March now.
Like, oh, it's fucking Tuesday.
It's spring. But the cats have to use this really infantilized speech because their humans talk to them like they're babies. So they have the logic of human adults and the language of a toddler. It is really frustrating. So spring is called leaf bloom.
Oh my God. I think she just wants to call fall that. Like, she just actually just wants to replace
call
that
it leaf
word.
Fall or something, because everyone is like named that, like leaf gone is winter or whatever. Phantom gets to play outside, but Con doesn't because he's a purebred.
What?
She lost Demon to an accident outside.
Oh, God.
And Con replaced Demon. So Con is not allowed to freely wander the neighborhood, but Phantom is. What? Which is another level of breed elitism.
She just doesn't care about Phantom as much? Is that what it is?
The explanation they have is that Maine Coons have tunnel vision and will just walk into the road in front of a car because they're dumb as shit. Which is why...
That's a dumb fucking animal.
Which is why he's not allowed to, because he's a purebred Maine Coon. But Phantom is smart, so he's allowed to go out willy-nilly whenever he likes.
Wow, it's almost like this concept of pure breeding is really fucking stupid.
And it doesn't make sense consistently through the book. It's just Con is allowed to go out when he has a harness on and he's tied to a lead out in the yard.
It also makes sense that he gets cancer in the book, because generally purebreds are more likely to get cancer.
Probably because of all that
just
inbreeding.
Across the board.
So he's outside, and look who shows up. It's Black, the cat who escaped from death at the shelter
Oh, okay.
because we need him for exposition.
We're getting more inspiration. Okay.
Black always just shows up when we need exposition.
Is Black even real? I think he's just a figment of Khan's imagination.
And it's just a black neighborhood cat. And remember, the author was never there at the shelter.
Yeah.
Only picked up the cat and left. So this preconceived relationship between Khan and this black cat is just made up. Also in this book, Khan is shown as being he's shown as being extremely friendly toward all animals for no reason.
Which
like he
cats
just
super
loves
aren't.
everybody. So either this cat specifically is very dumb, because the other cats hate other cats.
Yeah.
This cat, Khan, just is best friends with everybody immediately.
Yeah.
And so it kind of sounds like maybe this cat was a little slow or
don't
had
know,
other issues or was just weird, like had a weird personality.
Yeah, that might be it, because I've known some cats that are just kind of weird like that. Like, I was making a delivery, and there was just a cat, and he was just standing there looking at me. He was just sitting right at my feet and looking up at me like he wanted something. I was like, and I don't know what possessed me to do it, but I like leaned back and I like patted my belly, and he climbed up
Oh my God.
and got on my shoulder. I was like, I fucking love this cat.
That's hilarious.
I almost stole that cat.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I mean, I know there's cats that are more friendly toward humans. And I'm sure that there are cats that are more friendly toward other animals.
Yeah, this Khan seems to be
This
kind of
cat-
stretching reason here.
Yeah. And it's because we're supposed to believe Khan is just an amiable, loving fellow. And he just loves everybody.
Yeah.
Black is around to tell the truth about toms and queens.
What?
Because we need to know that a tomcat hasn't been fixed. And a queen is a female cat who hasn't been fixed. And he just is like, you poor things will never know the joy of chasing a fully intact queen. I have been neutered too, but I remember how lovely it was.
That's fucking weird.
This cat is just there to explain, like, breeding, but they never experience it, and he just talks about it.
Right.
And it's literally just exposition to flesh out her world of what these cats talk about.
That's weird. Like, hey kid, you
Yes! That is what he does!
hey kid, you want to learn about fucking? You'll never experience it, but feel like you need to know for some reason.
I just don't... And that's why it's partly like this is not a children's book, because... You don't have cats in children's stories saying toms and queens and neutering. Like, it's just ignored.
That's so weird.
Period. If you're gonna ignore it, just ignore it.
Yeah.
But it's like we have to dance around this and make it a weird thing.
Like, we didn't... Why is that necessary? Like, I don't know why that's necessary to the story. Like,
It isn't.
the cats humping each other,
Nope.
and this cat's just like, hey, you're never going to get any, and then just leaves.
That's what he does, because he's fixed now too, but he reminisces about chasing around queens.
It's so weird. It's just a weird idea.
It's so weird. It's really very much like she took human people, human characters, and just inserted them into cats.
Yeah.
And it's bizarre.
To a degree, like, I feel like some people feel like they have to do that, but there are other books, for example, like Jack London in White Fang or Call of the Wild. He doesn't attribute any kind of, like, real
Right.
human thought
Yes.
to the animal. Like, everything is just very simple, because he was really trying to accurately depict how animals think and experience, I think.
And that's the part that bugs me about this, is it's semi-biographical and fictional. So she's using things that happened in this cat's real life, because this was a real cat that actually existed. And then putting human emotions and human thoughts in their heads.
Yeah.
And also, I think she's extremely narcissistic, because this next chapter is about how Mama got sick and went to the hospital, but they spend
Oh, and it ruins the fucking
paragraphs.
cat's
It ruins
lives,
their lives,
doesn't it? Yeah.
but they spend paragraphs discussing where she could have gone. Did she go on vacation? No, because the neighbor didn't come to feed us, and she doesn't have her bag, but she took her purse, but they've been gone for 6 hours, and she's never been shopping for 6 hours. And it's like, this is not how a cat would think.
Yeah.
This cat does not care that you've been gone
Generally,
for 4 hours.
cats seem like neutral to your presence at most of the time, and I don't...
That's why they're written. It feels a lot more like a dog. I could
Yeah.
imagine a dog saying, like, my owner's been gone for 2 hours. I'm so anxious and
this
worried.
feels much more dog.
Very dog or toddler, like a child. My mom has been gone for 4 hours and I'm dying. Where is my mommy? But this is a cat who has food and water and is presumably left at home regularly when she goes to work or shopping and her husband is gone to work or shopping.
Yeah, that's weird.
So these cats had smelled a sickness on her because they magically know sickness and bad smells. We're kind of left to presume she had a miscarriage or needed to have a hysterectomy because she was bleeding in the bathroom and went and was gone at the hospital overnight. So the cats are extremely anxious, so they fight with each other and get into all sorts of trouble because they're so upset about her being gone. And then Con thinks that Mama went to the big sleep. Because cats understand the concept.
Yeah, it just seems a little silly.
I'm scared.
This really should be a child's book.
This should be a children's book, and it should be a 10% of what this is.
24 pages instead of 240.
Yes. I'm scared, Con said. I think Mama is not coming back. I think she went to the big sleep. No, Phantom recoiled at the notion. No. Poppy is concerned, yes, but not that upset. Because they can read human emotions and, like, nuance and see his face is concerned and he's, like, stressed. So they know he's worried about Mama. But it's not so stressed like if she had died. And literally this whole chapter is these cats' dialogue between each other talking about their mama. Because this author thinks that that's what the cats do when she's gone.
Do you think this woman watched that movie? What was it? Like, something
Homeward Bound?
Journey? Oh, yeah, it was Homeward Bound.
Wait, was it? There's some kind of journey. Homeward Bound? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think she watched that and was just like, oh, that's just like my cats?
Kind of. And, like, if it's that, that's fine. I don't watch that because I'm a grown-up and that's not my thing anymore. But I liked that movie when I was a kid.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, going back and watching it, I think I watched one of them, like, back last year. And it's kind of funny if you go to enjoy it in a different way. Like, watch the movie and you kind of start to realize the animals were just kind of doing whatever, and they
wrote the
they kind of
dialogue
just wrote
over it.
everything, afterwards.
Yeah. Because these were not, like, very well-trained animal actors. They're kind of just wandering around.
No, it was
and
a
do
fucking
goofy
golden
stuff.
retriever and a Siamese cat and whatever the bulldog-looking one, or boxer or something, whatever.
Mama comes back. She doesn't smell sick anymore, so everyone's relieved. Con clings to her cane and won't let go as she hobbles around the house and refuses to leave her side.
Sounds like he doesn't understand that she needs that to walk.
No. And it's like a toddler sitting on your foot when you're walking around. And he's relieved that she's better, so he can finally play with Phantom and relax again. Because these cats were just devastated for her being gone overnight. Now, if you haven't been able to tell, Mama is the author in the story.
I presumed.
And I think she uses this whole book to explain her cat's behaviors, their feelings toward her, and to reassure herself that every choice she made was the right one and good, and her cats appreciate it.
Okay, so this is like parenting after the fact. Okay,
But
that's
with
weird.
cats that are not able to speak human, but she puts human words in their mouths.
Yeah.
And that part started making me feel kind of gross and icky.
Yeah, it feels a little icky.
And I got really, really frustrated and had a hard time going past this, but we must soldier on.
Yay.
She has added a lot of cats to this household. Every year she just decides, my cats are lonely. They need a friend.
I think there's a bit of a Freudian thing going on there. I think she's lonely.
So we have Mandy, the older female cat. We have Phantom and Con. We add Indy and Warlock. Indy hates other cats, hates being touched, hates the humans touching him. He's neurotic. He knocks over the cat water bowls. He just fucks around with everything, and he hates being in this household. And they just write him as being kind of a meanie.
So he's just kind of the nearly feral cat.
Who was brought in as a kitten, but just hates everyone and everything. But instead of, oh, maybe this cat is stressed from being in a 6-cat household, he's just a bastard who hates everyone.
This cat sucks, and it's his fault, not mine.
Yeah, and then we have Warlock, who is more amiable, I guess. And then there's various outdoor cats who have their own little stories and their own whole dialogues and on and on and on, and I don't
They
care.
just come by to sniff.
Well, it's like Phantom chases them away because it's his yard, and he's like, you go back to your yard. Your yard's there, and this is my yard. Because these cats understand human fences.
Yeah, and trying to...
And trespassing.
Be territorial?
Right. And it's like, why are you letting your cat outside if he's getting into all these fights with neighborhood cats?
Weird.
Khan becomes sick and goes to the vet. He has a problem with his thyroid, which he understands the concept of a thyroid. And
I don't even understand the concept of thyroid.
So he's at the vet, and the vet says, oh, and we don't say vet. We say cat doctor.
God damn it.
But considering we had cat mother.
We have thyroid, we have cat mommy, and we have cat doctor.
We have a cat doctor instead of just saying a vet. A vet.
Like, if it was an actual cat, that would track.
Right. So the doctor says, stay still, big guy. We only need some x-rays. X-rays! He howled his query. Like, it reads like it's homeward bound. It reads like these cats are speaking back to the humans.
Oh my god.
And it's cute if it's a child's story. But in this fucking adult novel, it's just exhausting. Long story short, it's not his thyroid, it's a food intolerance. They change out his food and they give him pills and he gets all better.
Okay.
Because we need to detail every vet appointment this cat has, which over its lifetime, I think is several hundred.
What?
This woman has to be loaded. This woman takes her 6 cats to the vets for regular checkups every year. And then this one cat goes to the vet dozens of times, like over and over and over again.
That is bizarre. I don't think I've been to the doctor 20 times in my life.
No, this cat, just for this whole thyroid thing, goes over and over until they realize,
God.
goes to like a veterinary hospital, and they do all these tests and scans and give him medicine and then change his food to this hypoallergenic one so he can be all better. And it's just like, it's just because these cats' lives is boring. A cat's life is supposed to be, if it's a human-owned pet, they live in their house, they eat food, they lay in the sun, they nap, they get pets, and then they
kill
go...
the occasional mouse.
Yeah. And that's a very boring life.
Yeah.
So we need to pep it up with things, but the only things that happens in these cats' lives is severe illness and talking to the neighborhood cat who tells them about sex. Like, it's just so boring. There's just, like, nothing there.
Yeah. I just find it very bizarre to spend so much money on a cat. Like, cats are free. You just find those, right?
But because this is a purebred Maine Coon, and she spends way more money and stuff on this cat than the other ones, because Mandy gets sick, and she just gets put down.
Yeah.
We don't even know what she had. She just gets sick and is like, oh, she's old. Bye, Mandy.
This cat hates all my other cats. It's got to die.
Yeah. But she wasn't purebred or super special, so she doesn't get the life-saving treatment that Khan gets over and over.
Classism. Tragic.
And this is the chapter where we discuss Mandy being sick, getting cremated, coming back to life.
Oh my god.
This is where the book goes batshit insane.
How do they... What happens that they know that that's Mandy? Does Mandy remember?
Mandy's ghost follows her body through the cremation and returns to the house with the cremains.
What? The cremains.
That's what they're called. You didn't know that?
I never heard that. I love portmantelizing words as much as the next
No,
guy,
I'm
but
pretty sure that's
a new one.
cremains. The remains that are cremated are called cremains. Mandy loved her mommy so much that she was able to stay on this side of the rift, the void, the afterlife.
Did we ever see Mandy like giving a shit about the
No,
owner?
we only hear her, not another one, like 3 times. And I guess that was like...
So we just have to take con slash
Here's
the
what I think
author's word
happened.
for it.
Here's what I think happened.
Okay.
Mandy died.
Yeah.
Mama is crying for a week because her beloved cat died.
Mm-hmm.
She gets her box of cremains back, and the other cats go batshit insane for like 2 nights and just tear up the house. And she wrote in that they got haunted by the ghost of Mandy because Mandy chases Indy around and like scares him and is like able to like run around the house and like terrorize these cats, and they all just run around the house screaming for like 2 days.
Okay, this is like a fun conversation piece. Like you have friends over, they're playing with your cats, and you tell the story about how your other cat died, and you made this whole thing. That's great. I don't know that it works as a novel, a book.
It also becomes the basis for the religion in this book, because these cats
What?
develop a belief system.
What?
They're basically Buddhist
Oh
and
my
reincarnate as other cats in the future.
That's bizarre.
And this is where we figure out, because of conversations with Black and with Phantom and Mandy, we figure out that Phantom is the reincarnated cat named Demon, who was Mandy's only friend cat.
Yeah.
And Mandy had the strength of will to come back as a ghost and stay with her cremated remains in the house for, I think, like 1 or 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then the rift returns and sucks her away. And her ghost is forced to go reincarnate into a new kitten body. That is the religion in this book. And that's why I had very strenuously asserted that after the big sleep, you cannot see, taste, touch, nor scent anything in the big sleep. And Mandy can come back and do those things as a fucking ghost. And it's like, that was wrong. We do have an afterlife.
Oh my god. Cat religion.
Cat
what
religion.
A concept. Not even the cool one, like in Egypt.
Right. No, like they're not even gods or anything. Because they worship Mama.
Yeah.
Mandy's spirit returns to the rift, which is good, because she was defying natural law.
Oh.
We have to know that she was defying natural law by staying here with her human.
There's an outer order to follow, and you can defy it.
If you have enough love for your human mama. It's the cat's need to love their mama to allow them to return, not the human's love for their cat.
Yeah.
It depends on the feeling of love from the cat toward their human.
This is so fucking weird, man.
Which I am saying, self-centered, egotistical, narcissist.
Yeah.
To write a religion for your cats about how much they love you, which will allow them to reincarnate or haunt you.
I mean, when you're a lonely old spinster and all you have to do is sit around and mythologize your fucking cats, I get, yeah.
She has a husband, and I think they at some point had children. Because I think that she writes, well, I don't know if it said she had children. Maybe she doesn't have children, but she does have a husband. But they do, in real life, have, like, loads of cats. Munchkin is, like, a street cat that Mama brings in. But it got sick because it got in a fight with another neighborhood cat. It got feline AIDS.
Oh, God.
And
How does this book deal with the concept of AIDS? I'd like to know.
It's just another sickness like rabies. And so the idea is that cats feel a deep primal impulse to chase away other cats that are sick.
So they just bully the shit out of this cat?
But Khan tells them not to because he's a nice cat. So they listen to Khan and obey him instead of abusing Munchkin like they want to. Like, it's really weird how Khan is meant to be this diplomatic center of the household. I don't know.
I think he's the leader because he's the biggest.
But he isn't. Phantom's 20 pounds. He's like a good 3 pounds
Phantom's-
bigger.
What the fuck? Who the fuck has a 20-pound cat?
And she feeds them wet food, dry food, special kibble,
God.
special nuggets, special treats. These probably are
Jeez.
obese cats, not just big cats.
20 pounds.
So Munchkin got sick with AIDS, so he gets put down. Phantom didn't get sick, but he had to get tested, but he's okay.
Okay.
And
Good. I was so worried.
Coon gets sick with weight loss and a growth on his leg.
Just a tumorous, cancer-filled purebred.
It's like an abscess or something. I don't even
okay.
think it actually comes back as like a thing. But this is where we start dealing with Coon and his weight. And he'll lose weight and regain weight and lose weight and regain weight. And every time he loses weight, Phantom notices and says, "You need to eat more."
But Phantom's bigger than me.
He is.
Oh, is it like a self-image thing? Like
No,
Phantom's feeling
it
bad?
reminds me of like 50 Shades of Grey, where it's like the aggressive boyfriend is like, "You need to eat. You're too skinny." But it's like the cats are also obsessed with each other. The way a human, like some girlfriends would be like, "Oh, you're looking skinny. You need to eat a cheeseburger." That's how these cats talk to each other.
Weird.
His leg gets better, but he keeps losing weight. Phantom has hyperthyroidism and has to take pills. So this lady
God
is
damn,
literally...
these cats are just getting round-the-clock fucking care.
Yes. I almost thought about doing a tally and trying to average how much money this woman spent, even in the 90s.
Oh my gosh.
Because this was from 91 to 2002. But this woman had to have spent tens of thousands of dollars on these couple of cats out of her whole batch.
Does this lady, does this book say what she does for a living?
She's an author, and I don't know what else, because there's no way she made the money off these books to pay for that
surely
level of
not.
care. Even though she was writing at the time, there's no way. She either had wealth on her own, or her husband had a good job. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, just reading through the list of vet visits is wild, the amount of money. Page 134 is where the author starts to just really disgust me.
Okay.
Really, really I start to get very frustrated. Coon is sick. He has a yucky nose, a cat cold. He feels bad. He has cramps. He's like, has diarrhea. And he's obviously feeling very poorly.
Right.
Mama halts on her way down the stairs, a worried look on her face. "Are you okay, my big bear?" "No," Coon mewed his answer. And Phantom can smell that Coon is really sick. And he's like, "Is it the same? Do I smell like Munchkin?" "Not exactly the same, but you smell bad." So we're using Phantom to understand that Coon is ill. But because she doesn't understand cat speak, he's trying to tell her he feels bad. And she's just like, "Well, I'll make you a vet appointment." He goes to the vet. The vet takes him she takes him to a surgeon. He lays down, his joints hurt, and he realizes how much weight he's lost. Because it hurts when he lays down. Like, he's so
'Cause
thin.
he's bony.
He's bony. "We'll take care of you, big guy," the doctor said and patted his head. "My wife is a wonderful surgeon." Coon bleated. "Surgeon? What was that?" Because we have to have child speak, because we can understand the concept of feline AIDS, but not a surgeon.
Okay.
Coon has cancer. We are on page 136. He and Phantom are 10 sun cycles old. So at this point,
they're 10 years old.
they've each lived 10 years. They've been to the doctor for this, that, the other. They've lived relatively happy lives.
10 years is about
Pretty
average
good.
for a cat, you know?
Yeah.
I've heard some cats make it to like fucking 20, and I'm just like, why?
Right, that's like really old.
I've seen one guy, he had a 20-something-year-old cat, and the motherfucker couldn't even get up off his pillow.
Oh.
And he kept a diaper on it and fed it with a dropper. And I was like,
That poor thing.
why?
Why would you do that?
How many more years of this do you need?
Why would you do... I mean, unless you're going for a Guinness World Record, why
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing this to your poor cat?
Yeah.
The next 80 pages of this book are about Khan's fight with cancer.
Okay.
He gets multiple rounds of chemo. He has surgery. She takes him every week to get pills and shots, IV fluid. He dies at 11. So she spends his last year on Earth every week taking him in for chemo.
Yeah.
Taking him in and prolonging his life during multiple weight losses. Like at one point, he's 8.5 pounds. When at his healthiest, he was 17.5. He has like painful, like he gets super constipated. He gets super diarrhea. They have to put him in his own pen so that she has to monitor if he's eating and drinking and pooping. Because she has so many cats, there's no way to tell who ate what or who pooped when.
Yeah, just an extra year of hell. Sounds awesome.
Yes.
I love that for this cat and this crazy cat lady.
This author wrote this section as the way to prove to herself that she did not increase his suffering.
Oh my gosh.
That is what most of the rest of this is going to be.
Okay, can't wait.
I know the big sleep is coming soon, but I fight it because my mama needs me.
Oh my god.
Some days are very hard because my belly hurts, but when mama cries, I try to be strong.
Oh, that's terrible.
I will always fight this, Khan mewed softly. Mama needs you, Phantom purred, and so do I.
That is fucking horrific. I hate that.
80 pages of this fucking awfulness. So she takes him out for a walk, and he buried his troubles and pain in the back of his mind, feeling the love from his mama as it traveled down the leash to caress his body.
God damn it. I hate that. I'm disgusted by this woman now.
I'm
in the same boat as you now.
Yes!
I hate this woman.
Of doing this.
Like, I get that it's hard. Like, it's so easy to let yourself just do this because you're trying to think of what you would do in that animal's place. And a lot of times it's just not like that. Like, animals don't think like that.
They also don't show pain.
Right.
Until it is excruciating. Most small animals do not show pain because that is a way to get eaten very quickly. Like,
and animals can't make that choice as to when the quality to quantity life balance isn't quite worth it anymore. So you have to know when to make that choice for them. And I understand it's hard. I've made that choice way too many fucking times.
And that's part of the risk of having a pet that lives much shorter lives than you do, is you will have to make that choice. At some point, you know, like my daughter's cat got attacked by a coyote, and we took her into the vet, and they said it's $250 to put her down or $1,000 for exploratory surgery to see if we could even try.
Yeah.
One of her eyes was pointing the wrong way. She was obviously torn up, like her belly had been ripped open. And it was just like, there's no way, like we can't have indoor cats because I'm allergic. We only have one cat now because I don't think it's good to have outdoor cats, but we're not gonna get rid of the cat we have. So it's like a really complicated thing. And it's also, you can't justify the cost of a house payment or a cat.
In real life, you have to make that kind of choice because $1,000 to save a cat that's generously going to live like what, another 2-3 years if something else doesn't happen.
And probably be either disabled or severely, you know, ill or hurt for the rest of its life. And it's just like,
and that's fucked up math, but you got to do it sometimes for both yourself and the quality of life for the animal.
Right. So she always writes it as like he goes and gets shots, which are painful for anyone. Like this situation, Con received more shots. He endured them, hoping to feel better as he always did after his shots. As usual, they helped. So she's writing into this that the cat knows
Giving him forethought
I'm getting
to-
this for my own good. And that's something even humans struggle with. Even children don't understand. This hurts now to help you feel better tomorrow. This is to prevent a disease next year.
Animals super don't have
Animals
that.
do not have that at all.
Like, I give my horses dewormer medicine, and they fucking
Flip
hate
out.
it.
Sometimes we
Like,
have to
it's
go
not
out and
e-
help you hold
It's
them.
not even painful for them.
No, it's just food goopiness in there.
It keeps them from, like, getting worms and starving to death with a full belly. It's...
Yeah. We have a little more dialogue. Mama came down. She stopped by Con's cage. Morning, sweet one. Oh my, you did not eat much, did you? Sorry, Mama, Con purred. Nothing smells good, he said, and sat down. Poor baby, you will eat better soon. The doctor is going to give you new medicines, Mama said, pouring coffee. I knew it, Con said, glancing at Phantom. I'm going to the doctor again. Like, so this is literally a human adult level foresight, knowledge, and logic
Yeah.
in a cat.
Especially taking it to its rational conclusion like this. Like, especially... You can't help but go there when you're an adult. Like, this being a kid's book, a kid's never going to go to that point.
No. And in a kid's book, you generally avoid those heavy, dark things unless it's specifically meant to, this is a book on how you deal with the grief of your kitty died. And then you would be like, this is what happens at the vet, and this is how we show love to our kitty, and then this is what we do, and we bury them. You can write a good children's book that's like nuanced and also not infantilizing and anthropomorphizing to this degree.
Yeah.
So at this point, he goes to the surgeon to have some other new surgery, some other thing. And this is like another piece of weird lore in the book. This young tomcat is there to get neutered.
Okay.
And he's semi-feral. So he hates everyone and everything.
Okay.
And he's like, you're just a coddled baby. You're just a human toy. And
Yeah.
and Con, this is just such a human putting into cat mouth. Con is like, if so, so be it. You don't know true happiness and joy and love. If not for such coddling, as you put it, I'd have gone to the big sleep long ago. My mama loves me and I love her. So I
my
battle
God.
this disease that eats me up. If you catch a bad sickness and have no loving mama, you'll go to the big sleep alone, in pain and scared.
Jesus. Yeah, animals can't have a full and fulfilled life unless a human is involved. God damn it.
Worshipping, they're human! Worshipping and adoring. This is just so much more dog. If this was a dog, I could believe it so much more.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah.
So,
This feels gross.
you know who won't worship me?
Well, certainly not your cats with that attitude.
Hello, Biblio freaks, geeks, and lovers. Bugs here. We wanted to let you know about our option to follow us on Patreon. We have a couple of tiers where you can listen to our bad book, bad movie review. We read a bad book and then we watch its bad movie counterpart. In the past, we've done Aragon, Shadow Builder by Bram Stoker, and we have a lot of different things in the future. Please let us know if you have any suggestions for future bad book, bad movie combos, and let's get back to the podcast.
And we're back to worship our human overlords because we're just fluffy cat boys and girls.
And like so much of this dialogue is actually really hilarious. And children's story, children's movie. Cute, adorable, fine, fantastic. As a novel for adults, I hate it. I just hate it. And these cats just, you know how the Bechdel test is about you have to have two female characters in a movie.
Not talking about a man
They have to
together
speak,
alone.
they need to have names, and they need to speak to each other about something that is not the main character, who's a
Right.
man. They need to be able to spend like one conversation not talking about a man. I don't think this would pass the Bechdel test.
The speciation Bechdel test.
Cats not talking about humans is what it feels like. Like, I do know they discuss other cats in here. It's just the whole thing is so centered on humans, human lives, human rules.
Very much more, just about more about the relationship to the owner rather than the cat's life.
And after, let's see, 60 pages, he is so ill. Like, his rear legs are barely working. He can't walk across the floor. She has to give him IV fluids because he's not
I know.
hydrated. Indy smacks him and he can't fight back because he's so weak and he like can't get up and defend himself. And that's where the whole cats just attack, sick cats things. And his mama takes him outside for a walk but doesn't put the leash on him because he can't like run away. Like, he is so weak. She's like, yeah, you're not running away.
Yeah.
And she knows. Because she has taken
so
him to the
fucking
vet
sad.
more than once a week for a year.
Bro, why are you drawing this out?
The cancer comes back. They change chemo. The cancer comes back again. They
God
switch
damn it.
chemo. They do
Why?
surgery.
Why?
His kidney is so big you can feel it on the other side of his body.
Jesus.
Fucking 80 pages of detail.
Just my cat is dying,
And to
I love
realize
him
that
so much.
covered a year, the last year of this cat's life. And it's like, you could have just let him go and not prolonged this level of suffering. He weighs 8.5 pounds at the end of this.
Oh my god, that's.
He goes outside, Black sees him and is like, oh God, I'm so sorry, buddy. And he's like, what? He's like, you're dying, bud. He's like, no, I'm fine. I must be here for my mama.
That's so sad.
And just every chapter is my mama needs me. My mama needs me. Mama, I love you, mama. Mama, mama, mama. I'm skipping so much. I'm skipping so many pages. He tries to jump on the couch, and he can't.
Yeah.
And that is finally when she says, okay.
Oh, that's the fucking sign?
That's the fucking sign.
You can't jump up on the fucking couch and it bums you out. Like, oh, it's time for him to go. God damn it.
Con purred rough, ashamed that he failed his leap, fearing his growing weakness.
Oh my God.
He settled in
And he
Mama's
blames
embrace,
himself. This is the
purring,
worst.
purring to throttle the cries of pain that tried to burst from his throat. And like, finally she's like, okay, I can physically see, I can hear you crying. Like, he finally is like walking across the floor crying. And that's when she said, and she can't jump on the couch. So she takes him to the vet, hugs him. They give him the shot to put him to sleep. No, he wailed at the rift. No, I won't leave my mama. No, I won't be reborn. I don't want a new life and a new mama. I want this one. No. He pulled energies from his grieving mama, channeled all the love he ever felt in his life into his efforts to resist the rift. Con extended his forelegs with a new strength and latched every nail into the towel under his body. He sticks with that towel. His ghost travels with the towel, back in the car, back to the house, and he haunts his mama for a few weeks.
You know, this isn't the weirdest thing I've ever heard of coming from spiritualism, but it's pretty fucking weird.
Black shows up in the window, and he's like, whoa, you're a ghost cat, because the cats can see the other ghost cats, right? And
Is this the first time he's seen a ghost cat? Because otherwise he just fucking lied.
Yes, because I don't think he saw Mandy.
He was a cat atheist.
He was a cat atheist, and he was convinced. So Con says, I refuse to leave my mama. I don't want to be born into a new kitten and get another mama. Con hissed in sudden fury and denial. You defy natural law, Black said, enduring the stars and sparkles that showered his body, because this Con is such a strong ghost he can physically interact with his environment. Because he loves his mother that much.
Why does Black know about the laws that he's defying? He just found out that ghosts are real.
Because Black is the one who understands the cat religion.
Yeah.
And I guess he explained that Mandy broke natural law. Like, he didn't meet Mandy, but he heard about it.
Okay.
Like, we get secondhand legend stories from other cats through Black to them.
Okay, that's weird.
I don't know. Con cuddled with Mama at night, snuggling beside Phantom on her lap, wishing she knew he was still with her. He passed through the bedroom door and slept on the bed beside her every night, content to be in her presence. He accepted that she never knew he remained with her, but wished so very much to comfort her when she grieved for him. This was written by a human.
Yep.
And gave a cat that sentiment to have.
She's so... Yep, okay, yep. She's so important to me. I will fight the gods of this universe and time and space itself that I can just be in the same room and haunt her, even though I'm a fucking cat and I'm generally just neutral.
The vortex wins. It comes back, because it always does, apparently.
Good.
Mama, I'll never leave you. I will come home. And he does.
Yeah, of course he does.
He is born into a cat named Little Red, who is a Maine Coon.
God damn it. Of course he is. Does he at least get to be loose outside?
No, because he gets adopted by Mama and Poppy, the same humans.
Fucking great.
And when he gets to the house, he's like, I know, he's like, Phantom? Yes, I know you. And he knows everybody, and he knows Black, and he just fits into the family because he is reborn as this new kitten that they call Kai.
Great.
And so he lived all these lives, and then the last...
Nothing has any stakes, not even death.
No, because he just comes back. Silly kitten, you remind me so much of Con, Mama said. You soothe that ache in my soul, little one. Could you be my Con reborn? Maybe such is possible, but no matter what, you fill my heart with love.
That's fucking gross. I hate that. Like, this cat... tore his fucking soul apart to stay with this lady. But for this woman, just another cat will do.
Any new... Yeah, and she just replaces them and gets new ones so fast.
Fuck this lady. She thinks her cat...
Which is, yes. Kai.
Yeah, definitely a narcissist.
Yes.
Fuck this old lady. I'm glad she's lonely. She deserves it. These cats don't, though.
I know. Kai, remember... Remember, he said, his mind filling with strange visions of blue mists. The next words inexplicably poured from his heart and mind. I told you, Mama, I'm coming home. Kai, now home. The end.
God damn it.
Which I was
I'm
like,
disgusted
vibes. Fucking vibes. I mean, technically, it's just the story of a cat's life, whatever. Yeah. We stayed consistent with perspective, but I fucking hated this movie.
Yeah,
this is a movie. Fucking hated this book.
Yeah, this was an excellent pick for a vibes-related book.
So, the end of the book is basically an obituary for each of her cats.
Okay.
She has a little list and pictures of every single one. And then she writes how her later cats were reincarnated cats from her previous cats.
Why?
Because, like, Phantom and Demon come back as this Nala, and this other one comes back as somebody else. And so she basically backfills all of these cats as repeatedly coming back into her life. Not because cats have similar personalities. Yeah. Not because cats can't actually talk to you and don't actually have,
she just doesn't wanna...
names they can tell you. It's the fact that, oh, this cat likes me, so it must be the soul of my other cat who also liked me because I fed it kibble and nuggets and took it to the doctor and whatever else.
I hate cat people.
And like, I understand people love their cats. That's fine. I don't love cats. It's fine. It's whatever. But this was just the narcissism at the center of this book.
Yeah.
Blew me away. It really blew me away.
Yeah. I mean, just conceptually, just owning another creature as property is by itself a form of narcissism, I think.
It's the idea that they worship you. They miss you the minute you leave.
That's
They're
kind of the
thinking
extreme.
about you. Yeah, just that narcissism of they worship their owner.
It's kind of like when you make a friend when you're a kid and you're thinking like, oh, if I do this, they'll absolutely be devastated or they'll fucking hate me or something like that.
Or it's
and
like, oh,
you're
hey,
not,
did you miss me? And it's like, I saw you yesterday. I didn't even think about you.
Like, yeah, you're not that big a part of their life. You're just a friend.
And it's that idea of, oh, they must be thinking about me every minute of every day and they're upset I didn't call them.
Yeah.
This author.
Hold on. What did you say? When did you say this was written?
So this one was published in like 2003. This is actually the third printing, the book I have.
Oh.
Crazy. So the cat was alive from 91 to 2002. And then she published this not long after.
Okay.
Because she was writing a different novel during the time that Coon got sick and died. And so she couldn't kill off Coon in that novel and needed to write a new novel that explained why Coon was so special.
Oh, okay.
She has written a lot of other stories.
Oh.
A lot of books. You know Star Wars.
What?
You know Tauntauns.
The thing that Han cut open to put Luke into?
Yes.
Okay.
Imagine that is a cat.
What?
Because on this world that this author created, they don't have primates. They have huge cat people who are tauntaun shaped.
What?
Here's the picture. I will put this on the Facebook. She wrote a whole 3-part trilogy.
What the fuck? Why?
They're cat people that have kangaroo legs. And
dinosaur Why are these cats dinosaur shaped, but they got like old wizard man faces? What the fuck? Are they wearing like
they're cat
Santa caps? What the fuck
if you
is happening?
didn't if it's explained that primates didn't evolve on this world, canines did, and they developed human technology and create spaceships and fly into space. And at some point they pick up a Maine Coon cat and it becomes like their pet. The cat people have pet cats like a Disney horror story.
Okay. I don't.
And it gets better. She has written. I'll pass that back over for that picture.
What was this author's name again?
Marie J.S. Phillips.
Okay.
That's a better
God
picture.
damn it! This is so fucking funny looking.
I will take pictures and post them.
Oh my god!
And those are all of her art. She has drawn all of this because she thinks she's an illustrator. She illustrates all of her own work.
Oh my god!
It looks bizarre. It is so weird looking.
The fur lights?
They're called the fur lights.
Oh my god. That's so weird.
It's so weird. Okay. She started writing when she was a kid and never grew up or developed adult level human thinking.
Okay.
Because she wrote a story called Old Gent, which is a semi-biographical fictional story of a tree and what the tree thinks of humans.
What?
And the tree doesn't like humans until a very kind woman moves in.
Oh my god!
Now he loves humans because he loves her.
No! Why?
The woman and her spouse proved reverent, changing his attitudes toward humans. The old tree experienced new emotions and gained the name of Old Gent. That's a novel she wrote. of a tree and its life because watching paint dry is too exciting.
What the fuck?
And if you think that is wildly creative and really original, you need to look at this. The Secret Life of Model Horses.
No.
And she wrote it before Toy Story, damn it. She wrote it when she was a child, before Disney stole her idea.
Is that like something she's actually
She
complained
says
about?
that as a defense.
Oh my God.
She says it. She says, I wrote this as a child and I found it and it was way before Toy Story. And I'm like, dude, Disney's not going to be mad at you so long as you don't use Woody and Buzz. Like, you can use... Loads of people have the secret life of toys or pets. That's a very common thing.
There's like an Indian in the cupboard.
Yes, there's so many ideas of, what are my toys doing when I'm not watching? That's a very common childhood idea. It's a very common story. It's cute. It's fine. Yeah. She literally has to have the defense of written years before Toy Story. These tales sat hidden away until rediscovered by the author.
That's so fucking petty.
And it's literally just she collected Breyer horses. Or is it Bear? No, Breyer horses. And then gave them names and gave them little stories and wrote a novel. Because this is like a full grown adult fantasy novel. This isn't a child's story.
I understand doing that as a kid and looking back fondly on that kind of thing.
I wrote stuff like that.
But why are you publishing it in a book?
As an adult.
Yeah.
She was born in 1957, as she repeats in every biography that I find of her. And that's what she looks like. She just looks like a normal boomer.
Yeah. God damn, that's a big cat.
That is a humongous cat.
That cat's overweight. That cat is severely overweight.
Yeah, like these cats aren't just big, they're like fat.
That's so weird.
And it's just like, I don't know. You know, dear listener, maybe you want to write a story, and I'm sure it would be better than this. Mm-hmm. Anyone can write a book. Anyone can publish.
And it'll automatically be more interesting than this.
I promise you, if you are not a self-centered, egotistical boomer, it'll be better than this. So yeah, I might have to read her Tauntaun knockoff that is cat people with kangaroo legs and dinosaur tails.
Yeah, this is one of those things, like, the cover art is too... interesting? Question mark?
Fascinating. It is.
It's fascinating in a perfectly neutral way of saying that word.
Yeah. But I was able to read this book in a day, and then rereading it to take the notes was another day. It didn't take that much thought. Mm-hmm. And then I actually started doing research, like, well, how long do cats have forethought? Do cats think about a big sleep? And I was like, nope, we're not going there. Bad vibes only. I hate this. Yeah. If this was a children's book, I would not give it a second thought. If this was a kid's movie, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. So what's your grading on this?
A C-.
I think that's
because
fair.
There's other people who probably love it and think it's great. Mm-hmm. And they would listen to this and be like, you're so mean. Yeah. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm mean. I'm sorry. I am picky and particular, and this is one of those things I just dislike. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard for me, like, unless it's like actively harmful, to give it like an F.
No, it's not an F. Because, like, I mean, even structurally, it had paragraph breaks. Mm-hmm. It had chapters. It had, of all the bad books we've read, it doesn't break all those rules of making a book. It's just the vibes.
Well, on that note, thank you, Jay, for producing. Thank you, Bugs, for doing this fucking cat book. At least it wasn't me this time doing a cat book.
I know, right? I was like, he has a thing going on here. Cat people, huh?
Let's not just call it a thing. Let's call it a fetish. That sounds better. Thank you for indulging my just ranting
just BS today.
And any listeners out there, please give us more suggestions on other bad books that you found.
And tell us if we need to do a cat book specific podcast.
We're branching out. We're diversifying.
Ooh, Bibliocats.
Yep. Oh, no.
All right. Well, that wraps it up. Thank you, everybody. And we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Meow.